Are you so fucking tired of the struggle when it comes to making money, losing weight, fucking finding love? Tell me. Tell me, people on this call. Are you just sick and tired? Are you worried about where your next fucking paycheck is gonna come from all the time? Are you worried about if you're gonna be able to pay your bills? Or, no matter what you do, this weight doesn't fucking come off. Seriously, I woke up this morning and it's so interesting when we go after these big goals in our life, whatever that is. That could be love, making money. And our entire past story is different and not the same as the story that we want to create in our life. And when we set this intention of whatever the fuck you want, it's like the shit is gonna come the fuck up. Do you know what I'm talking about? Change. Change is not for the weak of heart. It's for fucking women who have huge lady balls. Okay? It's a messy fucking business, change. And I see a lot of people out there that want change, that they want to create a different life, but maybe aren't willing to put in the work, because I am going to tell you, it is for pussies. It is for women with huge fucking pussies. You know what I'm talking about? It takes a lot of work. And I'm going to just share with you just a story about how much work it takes. Because if you ever see people that just, have this life that you want, hey Joanne, how are you? That have this life that you want, and you think, oh, they just got it somehow. It just like showed up on their just like, ooh, here you go. Take this. It's a joke. It's a joke. It takes so much fucking work to shift your mindset. Your mindset, even especially around money, weight loss, relationships, especially if your story was different. And so here's the little thing. So I set a goal about making a lot of money. I want to make 50 grand a month. This is my goal. And let me tell you, it's painful. It's not a matter of just, knowing what to do and then doing it. It's a fucking death. It's a death to yourself, your old beliefs, your old way. Every single belief that doesn't support your new vision has to die. Has to be honored and acknowledged and transformed. And so it's not so easy. It's not just like, oh, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. As you guys know, if anyone's on the call, tell me how you guys are with going after your beliefs and, and tell me what comes up for you. I want to hear, share with me, for anyone on the call, share with you one thing. What are you guys going after? And two, what's coming up for you? What blocks are coming up for you? I want to know. Anyone on the call? Okay? Because here's an example. So I invested 40 G's in this program to change my money mindset, my business, and everything. And literally for the last 3 to 4 months, I have had anxiety and turmoil come up every single day, at least twice a day, where if I'm not bawling my eyeballs out in some way or another, it's like a miracle. If I'm not having like heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching pain and shifting it, it's like if I wake up in a normal mood, I'm like, amen, hallelujah. And it's because, I'll give you just an example. So I made maybe 20 G's last month, but then, and it all goes, it's all reinvested and going back into the business anyway. So it's not like I'm seeing a ton of it right now. But here's the deal. I like keep getting pushed. The universe always wants to push me to the very brink of like not having enough money. You know, it's like, or paying. Now I have to pay all these staff members. And it always pushes me to that limit. So I'm worried. You know, ooh, I hope I'm going to be able to pay people. You know, I hope some money's going to come in again soon. And I like went on this run this morning and I couldn't even run, first of all, because I had so much emotional pain in my stomach and in my heart. And I just sat there and I just fucking started bawling my eyes out. And I was just like, fuck. Like, why does it always have to be a struggle? Like, I'm so done with the struggle. I'm so done with the worrying. Like, oh my God, worrying about being safe or secure. And so what I did, and so I like just started to drop into this feeling. And when I really connected to it, I realized, oh, it's like, it's this worry of something bad happening. You know, that I can't, you know, this worry of something bad happening, a fear of feeling scared. And when I connected it back, it went right to the childhood with my dad. And my dad was scary to hang around. And so he was like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Anybody have a dad like that on the call? I want to know. Drop your comments, guys. I want to hear, because it's so interesting. Today I had actually three clients that I had all had this exact same issues that I dealt with this morning, which was daddy issues, being walking on eggshells as a kid, walking on eggshells. Where you don't know, you're too scared of what to say. Your dad wakes up, he's in a bad mood. And as a kid, you're like, you're tiptoeing around, you know, so terrified of like what you're gonna fucking do, like getting in trouble. Everything becomes about your dad. That there's no you. It makes me so angry. I'm so angry right now. I'm so done. So done. And I'm so done not just for me. I'm so done for every one of my fucking clients. I'm so done for them. I'm so done that this has happened to them. Makes me so emotional. You know? Because it doesn't just, this is the thing with trauma. It doesn't, these memories, they don't affect you today. They affect you for a lifetime. They affect your money situation. They affect your relationships. They affect your weight loss. They affect everything you desire. You know? And so I just felt like with my dad too, I just felt like, oh, like I kept saying to myself, oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you were so scared. You know, I'm so sorry you felt like you had to do or to change yourself. Like, that's how I feel even with money. Like, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to keep it coming? And I realized how I felt with my dad about being punished, just for being a kid, just for being playful and fun, and like it just, you never know what it would be. You would be punished. And that's like how life is now. Feels like I get punished with the money thing. It's like the money thing is that, like, reward, or like, oh, you're good, you get this. If you don't, like, yeah. So it's like it gets withheld. Just exactly like that. Oh, my little cat is like totally killing my. I might have to stop. I might just have to go and just stop my cat from ripping up my my. Okay. So it's like, and I had to just cry. And sometimes I think, I swear to God, I sometimes there's days when I do. I'm like, fuck, do I have to do this again? I have to cry about this one more time? Like, oh my God. And you do. You do. If you want a different life, for anyone that is tired of their life, they're tired of what they have. If you want a different life, change is a messy fucking business. Maybe sometimes in some of my programs, like even in my mastermind program, maybe 20% of people can do it, really go after it. It's not that the 80% there's anything wrong. It's just that it takes balls. It takes huge ass lady balls to do it. Because you have to be willing to go into the pain again and again and again and again. It's endless. But the reward is amazing. The reward is amazing because you don't just get what you're manifesting. People think, oh, it's for the money. It's for the money, which is great. The money is great. But you get something even bigger than the money. You get something even bigger than the money, the result, the whatever you're chasing. You get this resilience within yourself. Like, it's almost like you go on these websites, say on YouTube, and everyone talks about making money, getting a six-pack, like it's the fucking bomb, And it's like 1 million views. But when it comes to how to get self-worth, it's like 100 views. And self-worth is so much fucking sexier than a six-pack. Because self-worth determines your happiness every single day. It's kind of like, even after I had this episode this morning. So what happens? So guess who calls me? My ex. My ex calls me, and I could tell he's grumpy like my dad, because he reminded me like my father, like the whole relationship. And he's in his because he felt rejected, because I was like, I didn't feel the same. And so he wants to just punish me. So just starts to blow up my phone and starts to and it's one-sided. There's no apologizing. And the beauty is, I didn't have to even engage. I was like, peace. I don't care. Block. I don't owe you anything. I don't have to put up with this. But before, in my life, tell me, guys, I want to hear it for anyone on the call. What are you putting up with? What are you putting up with? That's shit. What did you put up with as a kid? Tell me, I want to know. And I'll answer anybody's questions. So if any of you guys are on the call and you guys want me to ask some of your questions, you want me to tune into what's going on in your body and help you a little bit, I can do that. Let's just see what's there for you if you're willing. And this is the thing, you got to be willing to take the risk. And not all this work, not all this work has to be scary either. It doesn't have to be scary. Maybe. It's gentle with the right person. it's supportive, and it's painful and magical all at the same time. But the people in my program that are doing this work, fuck, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see their life change. It's beautiful to see the relationships with their parents and the relationships with, you know, their current relationships with their children, you know? It's awesome. It's awesome when you get some sexy ass self-worth. Because people start to respect you. And also, you know, you can finally get what you always have deserved, whether that's money or love or empowered conversation. You know, I said a quote, I want to read this quote to you. And for anybody that's like wanting to change, like, don't do this by yourself. Like, book a breakthrough call, like jump on a call with me, man. Like, enough is enough. Come on. Seriously. You can't do this shit by yourself. I have like 3 coaching calls a week. Why? Because I want my life to be amazing. So here's my new quote, and maybe I want to hear what your new intention is. So mine is, it's safe for me to be really fucking rich. You know, it's safe for me to be really fucking rich. I'm not into the struggle. I don't want the struggle anymore. I don't want the worry. I don't want tiptoeing. I don't want fear. It's safe. It's secure. And it's so important to say these things to ourselves. Tell me, what do you guys want? Comment below. Hi, Sarah, if you're on the call. Heck yes. Joanne says worth. Yes, where my money is going to come from, Joanne says. And this is it. Sometimes before we get to the point where we can go after our goals of being really fucking rich or whatever it is, sometimes the inspiration isn't there yet. And that's okay. Because sometimes before you go after that goal, I know I had to get the goal of, I am abundant regardless. I am safe and secure with and without money. So there's a process, there's a process to healing, because people think it's the money. No, it's being okay with or without the money. That's where your happiness is going to stem from. And then after you get that, then the world is yours. It's a playground. You can do whatever you want. You can create whatever you want. You could have 4 kids. You could create support systems to have as many kids, or to have a cottage, or do whatever you want, or travel. It's amazing. Life is fun. But man, people ask, oh, do I have to go through this anxiety forever? Is this ever going to be finished? And I just say, how amazing do you want your life to be? And that's why shit keeps coming up. Because if you're a person that really likes to grow and to create new goals, then there has to be a death, there has to be a letting go, a shifting of every belief that you have at the moment, because you are where you are because of the beliefs and thoughts that you think. Every time you think a thought, it creates a vibration, which creates an emotion. That emotion attracts the physical world into your reality. So if you want a different life, you have to be able to think, not think different thoughts, but you have to truly believe those thoughts. You can't just be lying. It can't be fake ass positivity. So to think a different thought, you got to change your subconscious mind, and that takes healing all your mucky childhood. It's the only way to go. You can't go around it. You can't go around it. You remember that? Gotta go through it. This is such a good kid's story, but you gotta go through it. So true. Oh my goodness. Anybody, before I go, anybody have some questions for me while we're here and on the call? I love you, Rebecca. Sorry if I didn't say your name. Yay. You're amazing. There's all my girls in my program on the call. I love it. It's so cool. So for any of you guys that are wanting a magnificent life and you're ready, you're not just wanting it. It's like the microwave syndrome. You know those people that I really want it, but they just want, all they want to do is just stick it in the fucking microwave and just zap it and it's done. They can't even wait and take the time to like cook it on this stove. You know what I'm talking about? It's people that don't want to do the work. It takes work. It takes investment. It takes risk. It takes you having courage. You know, just even getting into my program, you got to invest. You got to invest a lot of money. That in itself is the lesson. That in itself is the lesson. In order to get into my program, you got to get over some big ass fears. Fear of failure, fear of fucking up, fear of making another mistake again, fear of not having enough money. Hi, Michelle. Yeah. Fear of not having enough money. Fear of your parents being right. Who wants that? Your parents are right. Fear of me being a scammer. You know, fear of you not getting any results. Becky, all my ladies are on this call. That's the best. I love you guys. You guys are my, I wish we could all get together just for a little COVID hug. What does Becky say? I'm worried about never getting to where I want to be and not ever getting better at shifting how I feel and just being so up and down all the time, if that makes sense. I feel so up and down, but can never cry it out to really shift it. Yeah, so the first problem is wanting to get somewhere else. That's the first problem. When you're in the shitter, no one wants, you don't feel better by Bex, remember? It's like you don't feel better when here you are, here's where you want to be, and you're comparing yourself to that. You know, you got to embrace your Bridget Jones self, honey bunny. You know, how fucking up and down can you be today? Let's do this. You know? Like that's all you can be, that just little amount of up and down. You know? That's all you got. Did you drink a Mickey today or 20 Mickeys? Like that's, you know, this is it. How off the deep end can you go today? That's the question. Because sometimes when, you know, somebody has a goal, this is the thing. You can't compare yourself to other people. You guys can't compare yourself to anybody else because we're at different levels. You know, if I say I want to be fucking rich, that's not where you're at maybe that day. So maybe where, you know, for me when I was an alcoholic and I was up and down like a freaking yo-yo, didn't make me feel better when I saw these other people doing really cool things. I felt awful. I mean, it killed me. And if I just, oh my God, if I had to just come over, if I had to say what I said to my old self to you, it'd be like, sweetheart, there's nowhere to get to. You know, there's nowhere to get to. I love your curvy self. I love your curvy self. That's what makes you so amazing. That's why you write me all these beautiful monologues. I love it. Like, who does that? You're like, you're incredible. You know? And people don't love people because they're rich, and people don't love people because people love people because they have good hearts and they're authentic and whatever. And that's you. You're the only one that did like a video on here. You're so courageously vulnerable. It was unbelievable. And you continue to amaze me like that. You're just, even though you struggle, you're so beautifully vulnerable about it. People are terrified. People are terrified of showing their struggles. You know, people hide. We're all suffering and we're all hiding. It's insane. Everyone's acting like they got it all going on, and we're all like a fucking whirlwind. You just think, just because it always happens that shit comes up where you always humiliate yourself, that you just think you're the only one doing it, but everyone else does. They just do it in privacy. You know, it's kind of like my dad. My dad, the same way. He's super nice to the neighbors, but when he came back home, sometimes he'd be like a fucking, you know, would be brutal. He's different now, but yeah, it's like, oh no, you're only going to be an asshole with your family. That's great. But everyone else thinks you look really good. You know, and that's the problem with social media and Facebook and all these things. Everybody looks like their life is so amazing. So amazing. They just post, oh, I just went to the beach. It's so nice. It's just like, they don't put the videos on them yelling at their kids. Right? Or laying in bed because of their period. Or fucking, you know, like drinking too much wine. Or like, or being passive aggressive with their partners. We all do it. We all do it. You know, and this is the thing about the video I just did about con artists and manipulators and abusers. You know, it's not always con artists, manipulators, and abusers. Sometimes it's ourselves. You know, sometimes when we're desperate for love, we can become some of those, you know, we can be passive aggressive. We can be manipulative. It's in us. Like we all do it. We all do it. Let's be honest. You know, can't just point the finger all the time. You know, we've lied all at certain times in our life. We all are not perfect. That is for sure. We just got to be a little bit more honest about it. You know, stop just showing. My brothers and I, and I'm going to wrap it up soon. We had a challenge where we would just put these fat, like, we would take these pictures of ourselves that looked awful with the camera, like where we would make our face go like just like literally look like we had like 200 extra pounds on us, and the worst picture you could have, and we would post it on Facebook. And people were like, whoa! You know, and it's hilarious because, you know, we just all have these sides and we're so terrified of showing it. Even me. Look, I have to put the fucking camera on this wall. Why? Because it looks really pretty and I don't want you to see the rest of my house. Just so I can feel so much better than all of you. Oh my God, it's a joke, right? This life is a joke. All of this, it's empty and meaningless, and it's a stupid joke, right? Oh my God. This is the thing. This is the thing. I my number one slogan when I want to feel good about myself is, it doesn't fucking matter. All these things that we make matter. Ooh, this black shiny paint. Oh, that I just did is so important. It really means I'm such an amazing person and I've got my life going on. This is what it means. Oh my God. It doesn't fucking matter. That's what we want to hear as kids. All these things that our parents make important, that's not important. Our grades, cleaning up. I mean, yes, yes and no. These things are important. You know, you don't want to have narcissistic kids, all these things. But when all these things are made to be important and they're not, it's like it's being able to create, you know, imagine your parents said to you without the F bombs, said, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. You matter. You matter. You matter. You're important. You're important to me. You're more important. You're more important. You're more important than getting money. You're more important than where you want to go in life and getting there. You're more important. I'm proud of you and where you are. And I'm sorry you've had a fucking rough, curvy upbringing. And this is the shit, man. I'm telling you. If you're angry at yourself about where you are, it's not your fault. You're innocent. You're innocent. You don't choose your upbringing. You don't choose your mom and dad. You don't choose to be sexually abused. You don't choose to have fucking alcoholic parents. It's not your fault. That's why things haven't come into your life. That's why things haven't manifested for you, and it's manifested for someone else. Maybe they had a different fucking childhood than you. You know, and you've had to fucking repeat the same damn shit over and over for a lifetime. Fuck. Poor you. Poor you. Poor you. Poor you. You're innocent. And I always say, you're not responsible. It's not your trauma is not your fault. Your trauma is not your fault. But what you are responsible for is healing it. Your trauma is not your fault. But if you want anything better in your life, you're responsible for healing it. And you're not going to get it right. You're not fucking going to get it right. You're going to fall down so many times. You're going to fall down so many times until it just kills you. You know? It just kills you. I had so much sexual abuse in myself. It's been 10 years of having like going in, if not daily to weekly on shit. There was a time when I had to stop working. It was 45 days straight of just 8 hours a day. It's not going to be easy. But you don't have to start fast, and you don't have to be masochist like me. You can just start slow and open that door. Just little by little. Just little by little, just open the door. Just take a step. Just take one step. This is the thing. Sometimes we think when you got to do so much healing, it stops people. 1% change. What can I do today? What can I do today towards my goals? And what can you do today might be to just accept where you're at. And you can still do something and accept where you're at. If you accept where you're at, it doesn't mean it's forever. You just love yourself regardless. You're loving yourself no matter what. And when people feel loved, when you feel loved, you know what happens when you accept where you are and you feel love? You feel like doing something. Do you get that? It's like people think if I accept where I are, then accept where I am, it's going to stay like that forever. No, it's not. It's like when you shame yourself and there's the energy of shame, the energy of guilt, the energy of flawed and not enoughness. When you're in that energy, no change can happen. It's paralyzing. You don't feel like getting out of bed. You don't feel like doing anything. You can't be inspired from shame. You can't create purpose from shame. You have to love every aspect of yourself that you don't like. That's the beginning. You gotta love your worst. And this is why I talk about this in my program. This is why you can't do it alone. You can't do this healing alone. You can't solve the problem with the mind that created the problem. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. That's why one of my modules in this program is like how it's shadow work, how to love your worst, how to love all those sides of yourself that you hide in a little corner, don't want to show anyone. You know, you keep them far away from Facebook and social media, and you delete all those pictures. Ooh, that little too extra cushion for the pushing on that shot. Little, ooh, cellulite. Ooh, bad. Ooh, me passed out in some alleyway somewhere. Ooh, me drunk. Oh, yuck. Ooh, a video of me yelling at my kids. Oh. Okay? You got to start embracing. Doesn't mean you have to accept it, you yelling at kids, but you might say something like, oh, sweetheart, you're a mother who's trying. You're a mother who's trying. I get it. It's fucking tough. You know? So there's like in these, I just posted too. I posted if anyone's wanting a clarity call on this stuff and a breakthrough call and they want change. They want fucking change, man. They want to be supported and they don't want to do it all themselves. Like, go after it. It's worth every second. If anyone here is in my program, tell them. Who here is in my program? Who here's got counseling so far? Tell them. Tell them. I want to hear some comments. I want to hear some successes if anyone's on the call. So this is what we do in my program. I think I have like 9 modules, and I have modules about loving your worst. I have modules, and that's like unshakable self-confidence. I have stuff on overcoming emotional pain. Once you learn the tools, once you put all those tools in your toolbox and you got all these things to choose from every single time you're emotional. Like right now, I have a pain right here. So right after this call, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go home. I'm at home. Okay, yeah, I'm at home. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to put my hands on my heart. I'm going to do some Reiki on myself. And every time I do Reiki, it shifts my energy. And every time I do Reiki, I have this slogan that I get richer. I get richer from Reiki. And it's true. The more Reiki I do, the more money I make. And the more happy I get in the moment, which is the only moment there is. You got it? You got to learn the tools, because that's why people think of suicide. That's why people become defeated and feel hopeless. It's because they don't have the tools. You got to get the tools. You know, that's what we do. Inner child work, breath work, journey work. There's like coaching, nutrition. You got to get the tools, man. We do things on breaking addictions, manifesting money, you know, surrender. So if any of you guys what do you guys want? Tell me. Anyone on the call, what do you guys want before we go? What do you want to do? What's the 1% change you're going to do in your life today? I want to hear it. What is the 1% change? It doesn't have to be action. A goal could be surrender. A goal could be acceptance. A goal could be just something different that you're not doing. Every single day I'll give you one last tip. I have all these goals in my life. So I have there's my relationship with my son. That's a big goal. So I wake up in the day and I always think, what does Tanner need? What does mommy need? What is, all the people in my life, and I make sure that I'm giving them what they need. So that's one goal. There's mommy goals, there's Tanner goals, and there's my business goals, there's my self-care goals. So I look and I make sure in the day that I've just done one little, even if it's nothing, it's just one little actionable step towards that something different that I didn't do the day before. And it doesn't feel so overwhelming because I don't create this massive, huge goal. And sometimes my goal is to lay on the couch and just move my energy. It's still an action. It just doesn't look like doing. It's doing, but it's just inner doing. Anyhow, I love you guys. This has been a long fucking call. So, change. It's a messy fucking business, but it is beyond worth it. Beyond worth it. I love you guys. I love you guys. You're my big family. My break. Click the link. Get on a call with me. Stop messing around. What? Are you? Yeah. It's like, no, I don't want my life to be that good. No, please. Anyhow, I love you. Enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you guys soon. That's gonna be my slogan. Okay. Peace. Love you. Love you all.